Hi there folks, I hope everyone's doing well. Hope you're all managing to stay safe, as are your families. So today's video, as you've seen the title, is perfect boiled rice. Now if you already know how to do boiled rice, go and watch something else. There's no point wasting your time here. But if you don't, you may as well watch this one. Why am I doing a video when there's probably other videos of perfect boiled rice out there? Largely just for completionists on my own channel. In the past, I've struggled to make rice, didn't have a clue. Now I make it perfect just about every time. If not every time, to be brutal honest about it. But I have seen comments on social media over the years as well with other people struggling with rice, so I may as well be the completionist and get a video on this channel on how to do it, just so everything you need is in one place, should you enjoy the channel. So let's crack on and do this. So the very first thing we're looking to do is measure out 1 cup of Basmati rice. 1 cup is enough for 3 portions for adults. Some people will go 1.5 cups. I personally feel that's far too much rice for 3 adults. I prefer the 1 cup 3 adults. Then take and add fresh water so it completely covers the rice and there's still a little bit extra, maybe a knuckle's worth more, and just set that aside to steep for a minimum of 30 minutes. What we're looking to do is rehydrate the rice. If you don't do that, your rice doesn't rehydrate and you're as well not making it at all. Once it's sat for the 30 minutes, at minimum, longer's perfectly fine, you're going to take, as we see here, and we're going to rinse it in our sink, and we're just going to get the water running through the rice in a sieve until it runs clear. We're removing any of the sort of starchy compounds that are in the rice so that the rice is nice and fluffy and not clumpy and sticking together. So both important, let your rice steep, bare minimum 30 minutes. Longer is perfectly fine. I generally let my rice steep for hours. That way I never forget about steeping it when it comes to dinner time and I forgot, oh no, I haven't put my rice on to steep. Get it done early, walk away, forget about it, let it steep. And once the rice is fully rinsed and the water's running nice and clear, we're going to put it back in our pot and we're going to add 2 cups of water to the rice. The rule of thumb with rice is the golden ratio of 2 to 1. For every 1 portion or 1 measurement of rice, you need 2 measurements of water. That's the exact proportions you've got to stick to. Don't differentiate, 2 to 1. To our rice, we then want to add 1 teaspoon of salt and give it a little stir. So from here, we're looking to bring the rice up to the boil. Now you need to wait until it's at a proper rolling boil. You don't want to cover it until you've got a really good boil going on, but once it hits that boil, you're looking to cover it immediately and turn the heat down to low. Obviously low is variable depending on how many settings you have on your own hob. You know your own hob, but we're looking for a low heat setting, and then we're going to cover it and we're going to leave it that way for 15 minutes covered. Don't be tempted to look in, don't lift your lid, just we're going to cover it for 15 minutes. Now I use a silicone thing as we see here. It's got little flaps in it and then you sit your lid on top of it. That means any steam pops up and just captures through that and it stops boil over off the side of the pot. You can get that very early on when you're cooking rice because you've had it at the boil, you cover it, all that steam's want to go somewhere, it can easily boil off and out the side. This little gadget stops that. As soon as our 15 minutes is over, we want to take our pan off the heat. You can turn the heat off and leave it on the ring if you want. I prefer to turn it off and actually take it off the ring because of residual heat in the ring area. And we're going to leave it covered. You just saw me removing the silicone thing because that's not required as long as it's quick and we get the lid back on. And we're going to leave it sitting for 10 minutes and at the end of those 10 minutes we are going to have beautiful, fluffy, non-clumpy rice that's just the way you expect rice to be if you were in a restaurant. And that's it. That's all there is to cooking really nice, fluffy rice. It's not difficult, it's not hard as long as you follow the golden rules. At least 30 minutes steeping, rinse it until it's clear, bring to the boil, cover, cook at a low heat for 15 and then set aside for 10 still covered and you will have really nice rice. So there we have our perfect rice. Excuse me, because I've made it with my sticky shiitake. But let's get up close. There's the rice here. Lovely, nice, grainy flakes, dead easy. just follow the instructions. So all the best, folks. You take care. Stay safe out there. Bye bye.